Create beauty every day is about what you find to be beautiful and pursuing that. When I moved this studio from my home to town, I wanted to make sure that hospitality was a real part of the studio. There were 2 women who came in here yesterday, and we offered them a cup of tea, and we offered them oat cakes, and they were like, wow, I've never had a shopping experience like this. I'm thinking, well, this isn't a shopping experience. This is visiting a place. You know, it is a place to shop, but that's not all it is. It's a studio, and it's a working studio. You'll see us making things. You'll see me hooking. You'll see the women I work with making bundles. I mean, we do things here. But it's also a place to be inspired, and that's our goal here. Because if I create a place to be inspired, naturally people will buy wool and they will, you know, but that isn't the first thing on our minds. The first things on our mind is to make this place a beautiful place to come. And I think people feel something when they come here. You can count on this place for wool. There's all kinds of wool here. Like, there's wool yarn, there's wool cloth, there's wool blankets, there's wool shirt. We get all the most beautiful textures and fibers that we can get, and we fill the place with it, because with those things, people can make more beautiful things. I try to work with as many local producers as I can. The man who makes our rug hooking frames cuts down the trees himself. We have hooks made on the island. We try to deal with companies that are ethical and honest. And we try to deal with things made in Canada or made in the United States where people are paid a fair wage. And all of that is an important part of the studio for me, because one of the things I believe in is community. I'm an artist, and really what I like to do is make things. And sometimes those things are rugs, sometimes they're books, sometimes they're bundles of wool. But what I really love to do is take an idea and turn it into reality. I think there's nothing more beautiful than an idea. Good, how are you?
Good.
Good, what you doing?
Well, I'm buying.
How are you? What you buying? My community needed a clothing store for women, and we didn't have one, and we opened one. Like yesterday, there was a woman, and she's 64 years old. I gave her a dress to try on that showed her curves. When she came out of that dressing room, she knew she was still beautiful. People come here to be reminded that they are part of the whole idea of creating beauty every day, that it doesn't belong to somebody else, it belongs to them. And that they can make something just as well as I can, or just as well as somebody else can. They come because they have a desire to create, and they know it. They know that when they pick up a ball of yarn and knit a scarf, it makes them happy. They know that there's going to be something triggered that makes them want to go home and make something beautiful. You know, when I started years ago, I said I believed in simplicity, community, and tradition. And those things still stand. But what I didn't say is that I believe in beauty, I believe in God, and I didn't say I believe in faith in your community and faith in the people who work with you. But those are the things that I believe in. And with the people that we serve, you know, the mail orders that we send out, making sure that people get what they want and that they're happy with what they want. And that if they're not, we try to solve that. We believe in caring and in being good. And my mother-in-law, Alexandra Mansour, said, when I would thank her for something that she did for me, she would say, "Dear, we are here to be good to each other." I try to carry that in my business, I try to carry it in my family, and I try to carry it in my friendships. And she was this, you know, little Lebanese woman who just was good to me, and she taught me that.